watching nkvnxfbxyscí playing Monkey and then Diva on Gibraltar. That's what they say. Hello, recently I've been playing lots of tank, mainly Monkey Diva. I've successfully climbed to 3200. That's the old diamond. And I have no idea how you know exactly that's 3200 or not. And I feel like I can go much higher, but recently I seem to lose the majority of my games. I don't understand why. I feel like I contribute to the team, but game after game I just keep on losing. This has been going on for more than a week, with exceptions of course. The game on Gibraltar is a good example. What should I do for my team, or what should I improve on as a tank player? Thank you in advance. For starters, sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. Alright, looking at your team comp very quick. So this is a relatively high level game, right? You're in Diamond, you're already in top 10% plus of players, so everyone here I assume know what they're doing, has a good grasp of mechanics for sure, has a good grasp of positioning, and it's going to be the little things that really differentiate you. So you have a Mercy and an Ana. I think they're great picks for Gibraltar, especially on attack. You have a Genji who can die with you, and then you have Reaper. Reaper's like, okay, I don't think Gibraltar is necessarily his best map, but I think he's certainly viable. He's probably one of the strongest DPSers right now. So let's just kind of see how this plays out. Okay, see the Sojourn. You dive. Anything says fine. Okay, immediately when you see this door, you want to drop, right? I don't think bubble here makes sense because I don't think it does. Your Reaper came along. I guess this actually ended up being okay. Yeah, I personally would have dropped there because I think that I wouldn't have expected my team to go with me so quickly, and then you're just getting farmed and losing bubble for no reason. But you actually ended up getting a lot of damage. You're already at 36% multi. Yeah, that's good. That I disagree with. Yeah, you're gonna get bubble for that. Yeah. So good initially, right? I think even contrary to how I thought that was gonna go, is fine. This was a mistake. You know the whole team's still there. You just saw them leave through that doorway. They're definitely gonna be looking at you and you get punished for this. Also, I think you could have gotten away if you just kept walking backwards, but instead you go in and try to challenge the Diva, and then you die. Diva is a really good counter against Monkey in general, I would say. You do a ton of close range damage. She can boop you off your flight path. She can pursue you through bubble or into bubble. She can also just generally be just very oppressive, and she can also dive your backline if you are out of position. So I don't think you go through this with doorway, right? Unless they're really going to give this up. I guess they are. Alright, you jump in. Note that you're not full health. I think that's okay. I don't think you drop bubble there, right? Because I think he's already being forced off or going to die pretty much immediately. Like, imagine if you still had bubble now, it would be so much more valuable. Oh, you meleeed a little early there. Ooh. Alright, who was your Mercy rezzing? Oh, she's just running? Rough. Okay, yeah, so this is a good example where, like, Diva can just punish your team while you are, punishing her team. I think you're being super aggressive here, considering the fact that you don't have health. Again, face taking the Diva, she's doing a ton of damage by shooting you in the head repeatedly. You're way too aggro here. Like, why not just chill? You already have a numbers advantage. Like, you're up in team members. I think you just wait around the corner, right? Like, you're just constantly pushing the pace, but you're so low, right? Like, your Ana's non-stop healing you, but you're just constantly trying to fight here. You don't have bubble or anything. Just wait 3 seconds, you have bubble, then you can jump in, the fight's over, right? You see how far back the rest of the team is? Like, 2 of the 5 people are just not here. All you have to do is stay alive. Yeah, so you just do that. I guess you put down your bow down here because Mercy's low. I think that's okay. You just can't do anything for the next 6 seconds. So you don't really need farm ulti too much. I mean, you're so close that one jump and you're pretty much gonna get it right here. So yeah, this is tough. I assume you did not know that your Genji was going in here. So you go in to try to help the Genji, which I think is understandable. You split the team, you're following the Genji, whoever he's targeting. I don't know about that reload. Right, you get 25, 20, 13. You can still keep zapping this Sojourn, right? Zap the Sojourn, walk up, and then keep meleeing her until the Genji kills her. Right, now, you're taking way too much damage here. So here's a really good example where, again, like, it's deceptive where you're like, oh, it's like 3v1 or whatever, but the Diva does so much. She's not even using missiles here, right? She's just shredding you with her cannons. Like, you're just constantly getting shot in the head. Normally I tell people not to jump. I think Winston, close range like this, is probably one of the few scenarios where I think that jumping actually might be a good idea, just to try to avoid taking too many headshots. But in general, I think you just turn around and you kind of walk away from the Diva, right? Force the Diva to focus on somebody else, and then you dive back in. Like, this is silly. You're like way up right now. and now they've come back in, and yeah, this is just bad. Oh, and you missed the jump. Okay, well, let's see here. What's the problem against? I don't think I would do this now because you're down a lot. All right, good start. All right, good juggle. Good juggle. Good. All right, take 2 there. All right, I think Sojourn's right call there. Again, let her go. Let's just go around the corner. Let her go. You even have any supports right now that are up? It's hard because I haven't been tracking, but I don't think you hit. Is your Ana? Okay, good job. Coming back to the Ana. Oh, don't bubble there. Right, the D.Va, even if the D.Va stays up there with you, the bubble's not gonna help you because she's running point blank. Yeah, see, that's a great example where your Reaper blossomed right there, right? If you have bubble here, you can just walk up and save your Reaper by bubbling around him, but you don't because you bubbled earlier and a bad bubble. So you threw that second fight too, right? Once again, just little differences as to how you play would have resulted in a 1 fight, right? Both first and second fight, both were on you. We've gone D.Va because you feel like you're not doing anything on Winston, which I think you were fine. I think you were fine on Winston until, yeah, I feel kind of like the tilt that's going on here, right? You're like, oh, I'm losing games, like my team's playing poorly or whatever it is. You're just forcing it so much, right? It's like you're flying into 2 supports here on your own. Like, what is your plan here? You're gonna kill both of them by yourself? Is that what's gonna happen? Because that doesn't look like what's happening. Right, you could have been in the back right now, helping kill D.Va so much faster. Also, when D.Vas are low like that, you should actually Matrix, not shoot. Because then if your team hits them at all, they'll die, and you can block Kiriko and Ana healing. Okay, now you caught D.Va bomb. I probably would have boosted to the right side around the forklift versus covering here, but... Okay, you slept. Oh, you just went for the Reaper. You're stuck. Good bomb on cart. This is not a great bomb though, because they all have plenty of time to get cover. Alright, like, the bomb there? Like, you have 500 health-ish, 400. Yeah, exactly. You don't bomb there. That's silly, right? This is something I tell people. This is a really common mistake people make with D.Va, is they put bomb out when they have high health. And I think that's almost always a mistake unless you know for sure you're throwing the bomb perfectly and you're going to win the fight because of it. Okay? Right now, you don't know this is going to win the fight. In fact, I would say it's very unlikely the moment you throw this that this is going to result in a 1 fight, right? You can see them all. You can see them all over here, like all with plenty of time to get the cover. Right? It's like, oh, look. Yeah, see? They have plenty of time. They even have like another half second to get the cover. It's not an issue. Like, the Cassidy's even use roll. Like, it's not even close to them getting killed by this bomb. Instead, you had 400 health there. If you use that 400 health to slam like straight into the Cassidy, the Kiriko, the Ana, anybody, to force abilities, to force cooldowns, do a lot of damage, put pressure on them, right? Matrix even, just hold Matrix and prevent them from being effective for 3 seconds, that gives you so much more value than that bomb does. And then eventually, when they spend all those resources trying to kill you, then you pop bomb, and then you get another backpack, and then you kill them. Oh. Feels bad if you're at the end of that, right? I think kill this, like fly over, immediately start matrixing, right? You don't even start matrixing right away. You just fly over because you want to get the kill. What the heck? I don't know how you don't kill that soldier. Wait, what is happening? I feel like a jump. Am I crazy? What is happening? Did I somehow start this game on... Oh, I don't see what happened. I just throw on the wrong character. I was like, what the heck? Did I somehow go to the second half? Okay. So anyway. Alright, this is where you whip that second one. D.Va. Right, you do that. Sanity, sorry. Yeah, bad job. Wait, do you not get this? Okay, so here's this. Now you go over here. You're gonna throw a bomb, which is not gonna be good. Right, your mech. Okay, now you're just getting absolutely crushed. Again, your team's dead right now, so like there's nothing you can do here. Yeah, the previous diva I was watching was the other team's diva. Okay, now you've come ball. This, unless you are great at ball, this is a huge mistake. Ball is not even particularly. Yeah. Oh, I guess you had ran out of time. Okay, so I think you basically threw all three of those fights. Okay, fight starts. Yeah, I don't think you fret too much about doing damage there. You just want to make sure your team doesn't die, get dived, and lose. Alright, they're playing a Widow. There's nothing you can do about the Widow right now. I mean, honestly, it's tough, but like it's okay to just do nothing. Right? You don't need to constantly be doing something, especially if they're going to be farming your mech for ult charge. Yeah, I don't know about going in mother. I know it's like, oh, you get a little bump damage, you do 15 damage, right? You don't even melee. Cover behind the card here, because like they're doing a lot more damage to you than you are to them. So you're just trying to buy time here, right? Just time. Yeah, now you play the corner. You used up a lot of matrix, so as a result you end up getting too low. They're winning this sustained fight, partially because I think that you have not been doing a good job. Alright, so let's like kind of reverse here, because I think this moment right here is really, really important. This like extended segment. So you drop here to contest the card, which I think is fine. I honestly think you could have just let it go further, and then your team just shoots them from above. That's like number one. I don't think you had to contest it right here. It's not like the overtime or the ending spot is like right up this ramp. Like there's plenty of time here. When you go here and you drop on your cart, it's gonna force the rest of your team. Okay, well, yeah, who knows where it is, right? The rest of your team now also has to drop right now, right? You see here, Genji's not even constantly shooting because he's like a little worried about like what's going on high ground, etc. This is not a safe spot to continue playing, especially when there is a Widow. So, which is what I assume your soldier is trying to contest right now. I don't think you stop this cart here, right? They also have access to the Mega. I just don't think, like, okay. So they end up getting picked here. So again, your perspective should be, that's partially why you get walked over, is because neither of your DPS are here, right? So you can lose the sustained fight, because ultimately, this fight is about you versus the Diva, in terms of not like the one-on-one matchup, but like who is going to run out of health first. Eventually, one of you is going to have to run out of health, and then you're going to have to leave, okay? So your perspective should be time. You lose nothing by stalemating, right? Every second that a stalemate's occurring, you are winning. The attacking team is the one that's forced to kind of push the pressure here and advance the cart. So you should be playing not to try to do damage here, because frankly, you're not going to do a lot of damage, but to try to not take damage, right? Stay behind the cart, protect your critical hitbox, right, in the front of your mech. Like this right here is a bad play. You jump here and then you're like, oh, let me toss these missiles. Like, whatever. Just like Matrix, walk behind the cart and just like straight back from the cart. Yeah, you don't need to do this, right? I think it was the right call there to try to solve, prevent you from killing any kills. And I think now again, you're getting killed out. Right? They've killed the Widow. Both of your DPS are coming back right now. Right? And they're going to help this fight tremendously. That would have been a huge opportunity to boost forward if you had boost, right? At that Cassidy, who's, looking sideways at your teammates. This feels like a mistake, right? There's a lot of things that can still result in you dying here, including like an Ana sleeping you on the way out. I think it's lucky that you kill this Cassidy, right? Both of the supports decide to bail here. But I think it's a little lucky that you killed that Cassidy. Nothing you can do about that. Don't matrix that. Yeah, I mean, that's just a good bomb by Diva. Oh, okay. So, I get from your perspective, you're like, okay, you're down 2, you have to stop them right there. How do you pull this off? All right. or you're down 1, right? Your Baptiste is still alive. So first of all, keep your Baptiste alive. I think if you drop here, I matrix my Baptiste. Like, I don't bomb here. I don't even know that Yukiriko was trying to kill you. I think the Kiriko was probably trying to kill the Baptiste, who she saw was low. Like, she's like, oh, Bap. Like, she's not even looking at you. She's looking at the Baptiste. She's definitely trying to kill the Baptiste here. You just drop in there, like, as Baby Diva, and then die. That's super sloppy. Right? Now you're down 4, and of course you guys are losing this fight. It's over. So, I mean, it's not a long match, but you're making a lot of big mistakes, right? You're making a lot of big mistakes, and they pretty much all revolve around like surviving, but like pace and timing, right? You're forcing too hard trying to make a play yourself versus playing within like the realm of your team, right? Look for little advantages that will result in wins. Don't just go for a home run where I'm going to dive the backline and then kill both of their supports. Like two supports against one diva, almost never is the diva going to be able to get a kill there, right? Unless the supports mess up, there's basically no way you can kill, even with micro missiles. I think there's basically no way that you can kill supports in that situation. It's really, really, really hard, right? There's a lot of other opportunities that are happening. It's not like your team is playing poorly by any means, but like you throwing fights repeatedly on Winston, like getting killed, that really hurts you. So, again, right, just be very cognizant of what the timing is, but also be very scared about Diva at close range, right? I think just as a general rule, just don't fight Diva at close range, right? You dying right here is totally unnecessary. Just walk around the corner, literally, like not 80 health, right? But a second, right, let's go forward a little bit. Right, once you're here, I think, like, don't jump in this Diva. Like, just turn around. There's no point. Like, don't let the Diva just farm you here, right? And then you can go high ground, for example, and go after the Kiriko, right? That makes way more sense than trying to fight the Diva here, right? Notice that that's who your Genji goes for. Your Genji goes after Kiriko, right? Kiriko's just healing the whole time, right? She's like, right? It's like, oh look, I'm gonna heal. She has Suzu here even, right? It's like there's no way you're killing this. Yeah, this Diva, okay? And then you jump in the air, and it's like, okay, now you die. It's like, it's very easy. Like, you're making it really easy for the supports. Okay, so yeah, in general, just survive more. Don't fight Diva as Winston, right? Really bad idea to fight Diva as Winston. And just be very mindful, right? Especially in Diamond, like, you have to be very mindful with all of your lives, all of your decisions, like when you go in, when you go out. And that's not happening right now. You're trying to force way too much. Anyway, hope that's helpful.